Just because we reach our golden years of retirement doesn't mean that we don't still worry about our adult children. Today, I want to talk about those times when we have to learn to trust God with our adult children. I know from experience that this is hard. It's hard to trust anyone with my children, and it starts when they're newborn, and we have to leave them with childcare when we return back to work. Then they start school, and we have to trust them to our teachers to teach them, hopefully, with the same values that we have. And then at the blink of an eye, they become teenagers, and we have to start trusting them to make responsible choices on their own. A few more blinks of the eye, and they're grown adults living life on their own. Does that mean we quit worrying about them? I'm sure we all agree that that is not the case. Throughout those years as parents, we could usually fix the things that went wrong for our children. We kissed an owie. We built up their self esteem when they came home from school crying because somebody called them shrimpy. And as teenagers, we let them cry on our shoulder during their first heartbreak. And now they're adults and they think for themselves. And they might ask for and they might even take our advice on a subject. But the hard thing for a parent is the first time that we realize we can't fix everything for them. They have to figure things out on their own. We can cry with them. We can definitely hurt with them. I remember when one of my sons was struggling with a major issue in his life, and I talked to a very trusted friend about it and how I was struggling. And she told me a quote that she had heard: a parent is only as happy as her saddest child. When our children reach that adult age, there's only a handful of things that we can do for them. We can be the shoulder that they lean on. We can be the sounding block without giving unsolicited advice at a crucial time in their life. We can pray for them daily that they make the right decisions for both emotional and physical well being. We can pray for ourselves that we can give the issue to God and leave it in His hands. And as for me, I usually need prayer that I can leave it in His hands once I give it to Him and not keep trying to take it back. And I need to learn not to try to keep a grip on the shirt tail of that situation. All that to say, does that mean that we won't continue to hurt for that child? Does that mean that we'll quit worrying? Absolutely not. But when we give it to God, we can do those things with a more inner peace, knowing that God will work things out. He always does. So, a major thing in learning to trust your children to God starts with prayer for ourselves, that we can give it to Him and let go.